Not the most sparkling side offensively, but they know how to close themselves down. It's the kind of football we saw from them even last season in the Segunda when they went up, and they've stayed true to that style here in the top flight.
Here's a look at the starting 11 for the home side as Jose Bordalas makes just one change from that 2-1 loss to Deportivo La Coruña before the international break, and a formation change from 4-4-2 to 4-2-3-1. Angel, the second striker, is sacrificed to make way for Faisal Fair as an attacking midfielder in what looks a 4-2-3-1, or if you prefer, a 4-5-1.
And without Galku Shibasaki, it's going to be Fahir with the reins of that creativity, linking the midfield with the lone man up top. And Jorge Molina has only got that one goal this season. He's always been prolific in the Segunda, 22 goals last season. The big target man will be used to hold up play and allow the team to come forward.
Zinedine Zidane is 100th match managing Real Madrid in all competitions. All that's yielded is 2 Champions Leagues, a Liga, a Club World Cup, 2 European Super Cups, and a Spanish Super Cup. Only made his managerial debut in the top flight in January of 2016, replacing Rafa Benitez. Already the best manager in Real Madrid's history, over 100 matches. The officiating crew led by Juan Martinez Munuera, with Barbaro Sevilla and Noval Font running the lines. Dominguez Cervantes is the 4th official. Meanwhile, for Zinedine Zidane, major rotations ahead of a Champions League fixture at midweek next week. So Zidane making 5 changes from the 2-0 win over Espanyol last time out. Keylor Navas is injured, suffered an injury on international duty, so Kiko Casillas starts in goal. Marcelo is back, but Rafael Varane drops out. That moves Nacho to left back, from left back to central defense. Marcos Llorente filling in for Casemiro. Lucas Vazquez in for Luka Modric. And the highly promising Marco Asensio takes over from Isco just behind Ronaldo and Benzema.
They say 4-4-2. Think it might be more of a 4-2-3-1 with the double pivot of Llorente and Kroos. Looks more like a lineup that you'd see from Real Madrid against a Copa del Rey opponent.
Well, it was the lineup they used against Levante in the match that Karim Benzema had to exit early due to injury. That turned out to be a 1-1 draw. Madrid cannot afford to drop points here. Final checks from Martinez Munuera. It is game on at a sold-out and sun-soaked Coliseum Alfonso Perez. Getafe and Real Madrid. The return of a capital derby. I'm Andres Cordero alongside Matteo Bonetti. Thanks for spending time with us on match day 8 from the League of Stars. It is Getafe in their traditional blues, the Azulones, and Real Madrid, who have often made this their second home, now wearing the home whites. Struggle for control in the middle. It's Getafe coming off a 2-1 loss to Deportivo and Riazor before the international break. Amat Ndiaye had given them a lead early in the second half, but Depor firing back with 2 unanswered goals, and the winner coming 3 minutes from time, which made it 3 losses through 7 games, leaving Getafe 2 points above the drop zone. It's Marcelo, a welcome sight back for the Madridistas as he lines up at left back. The starting lineups brought to you by AT&T. Getafe playing with Vicente Guaita in goal, the back 4 of Suarez, Gene, Cala, and Antunes. Vergara and Arambarri, the holding midfielders. Jimenez, Fair, and Ndiaye, the attacking midfielders. Jorge Molina leads the attack.
Early indications are that Ronaldo will play just alongside Benzema. Plenty of support as well in this formation. Lucas out wide on the right. Asensio will drift more on the left and look to combine with Marcelo. You know, Asensio does like cutting in and also taking those central positions in the attacking midfield.
He's 53 years old, if you can believe it, Jose Bordalas.
I don't.
Getting his first opportunity for a full La Liga campaign after helping Getafe to promotion. Here come the Azulones, gathered up by Kiko Casillas.
So you're going to see from Getafe a lot of pace down those wide areas. Watch out for Amat, the number 23 on that left-hand side. Getafe had to face him in the playoff final against Tenerife last season. They liked him so much, they snapped him up, and now getting a chance in La Liga.
AT&T starting 11 for Real Madrid with Kiko Casillas in goal. Kroos, Nacho, Ramos, and Marcelo along the back. Here comes Karim Benzema into the area, walking a tightrope. It's touched away by Gene. And a corner kick for Madrid. Marcos Llorente and Toni Kroos make up the double pivot in the middle. Lucas Vazquez and Marco Asensio providing the width. And it's Cristiano with Benzema up top as the two center forwards. First corner kick of the match to Real Madrid. Here's Toni Kroos to deliver. Played short with Asensio. Marcelo in a central position. Asensio has plenty of targets at the back post. Looking for Cristiano Ronaldo. Amat was there. Now it's Getafe looking to break out on the counter. Amat plays it forward. This is Alvaro Jimenez, a former Real Madrid Castilla man. Into the area toward the penalty spot. Amat. It's well defended by Akraf.
We just talked about it, how quick Getafe will be in transition. Jimenez and especially Amat are so quick on the break, so Getafe will have no problem just sitting deep and really two passes to get into Real Madrid's half and really try to stretch out that defense.
Here come Madrid again. Cristiano. Asensio. Asensio on the near side. That was Akraf that was linking up with Cristiano, but a poor cross intended for Benzema.
Oh, look at this, Benzema out wide. That's why you can't measure him on statistics alone. Sure, he has no goals, but it's also the ability he has to invite those runs from the midfield, his creativity. Great ability there in close quarters as well for Big Benz.
Real Madrid currently 5th place in La Liga, well, coming into this round in 5th place with 14 points. 4-2-1 on this season, but again, perfect away from home, where they've beaten Deportivo, Real Sociedad, and Alaves in all 3 of their previous away games.
What a chance for Marcos Llorente, by the way, on loan to Alaves, played 32 games for the club that really impressed last season in La Liga.
Damian Suarez. Pressure from Real Madrid in the midfield, trying to win it back against Getafe. It's rolled back to Juan Cala. Here's the left back, Antunes. Amat. Good ball movement as it's played forward for number 19, Molina. And drilled in near post. It's easy gathered up by Kiko Garcia.
Bit of a rushed effort, plenty of bodies making their way into the box. Had the ball been flighted in, really trying to test those center backs, but you'll see that a lot of nervous players playing against Real Madrid might just not take that extra touch and panic when they're in the final third. Getafe.
Sergio Ramos. Well, the idea was not a bad one, but the execution not really there for Lucas Vazquez. It's a good look at Bordalás, who was hired 7 games into Getafe's second division campaign last season. They were in the relegation zone. He managed to lift them out, finished 3rd on the season, 2 points out of direct promotion, but did manage to beat Huesca and Tenerife in the playoffs to return after a 1-year absence. He's become something of a promotion specialist. He had previously gotten Alaves promoted, winning the Segunda División back in 2015-2016. Lucas Vazquez skips past the challenge. Here comes Akraf with Cristiano alongside. Ronaldo to the attacking third. It's Cristiano. Llorente. All kinds of space here for Toni Kroos. Heavy pass for Asensio. And it's out for a Getafe throw.
Seen a few of these sloppy passes already from Real Madrid. And another player that's going to have plenty of eyes on him. No Carvajal, no Theo Hernandez. That's why Akraf got the chance. 2nd La Liga game for him.
Made his debut before the international break against Espanyol. Played all 90 minutes.
Did well
against the Parakeets. Here's Akraf.
Look at that.
It's inside of Amat. Shows too much of the ball to Juan Cala. It's one back. Good pressure here from Nacho. Blazing a trail forward. Nacho into the area. Again, it's Juan Cala putting out the fire. Delivered into space. Marcelo, an important touch to deny Alvaro. And it's Sergio Ramos who comes in. No foul from Martinez Munuera. It's the former Castilla man Alvaro Jimenez who was slow to get up. Jimenez, who joined Real Madrid at age 15, actually played for Zinedine Zidane at Real Madrid Castilla, now facing his former boss.
Gets the ball with his knee.
Madrid captain.
Then a very aggressive, let's call it a 50-50, goes barging right into Alvaro Jimenez. That's been the game plan for Getafe. When they get the ball in their own half, they're so quick to boot it up field and try to really utilize the speed of Alvaro and Amat. There's a great challenge as well, Juan Cala. Just taking it away from Nacho, far too easy.
Ramos, who was sent off against Deportivo La Coruña earlier this season. Poor pass back. He's giving the ball back to Real Madrid in a dangerous spot. It's Lucas Vazquez. Failed clearance, forcing a goalkeeper out. Guaita caught in no man's land when it's collected by Antunes. How's that for control? From Arambarri.
Been impressed with Akraf already defensively in there. His touches look so confident, doesn't he?
Asensio picking up a full head of steam. Marcelo on the near side. Asensio. Dealt with by Genet. It's been impressive on the back line for Getafe this season. Genet brought in from Belgian football. Previously at Alcorcon, a side that some years ago dealt Real Madrid their most humbling defeat in recent memory. He was in the Copa del Rey. Bordalas has had this constant dialogue with his assistant. Alvaro Jimenez might still be feeling the previous clash against
He's pointing to the hip.
Ramos.
That's where Ramos went barging into it. Last thing he wants, maybe a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Never really got the chance with the club that grew him through the ranks. Unfortunately, it wasn't the knee that made full contact, but the hip of Ramos into the side of Alvaro. Full-blooded challenge, as usual, from Sergio Ramos.
Marcelo driven into the area. Benzema settles. Benzema leaves it. Ronaldo! Denied by Guaita, pouncing on the rebound. Brilliant setup, an even better save.
Brilliant from Benzema. Lifts the ball up, the patience and awareness, holding off a defender. That's why he's so useful for Cristiano. He's just playing right alongside him. But look at this. The calm and composure on the ball from Benzema was a lovely hit from Ronaldo. Wasn't angled as perfectly as you'd want to try to beat Guaita.
Here comes Ronaldo again. Will he be denied a second time? Cristiano into stride for Benzema, but the whistle came from the referee. Will this be a foul against Getafe? Damian Suarez is down.
Andres Bordalas was asked about Ronaldo's quote-unquote lack of form. Remember, he missed the first 4 games of the season due to suspension, and he said, well, Ronaldo's never really out of form. It only takes him a second to find, and there was a matter of inches to find that first goal in the bottom corner.
So this was called against Toni Kroos, who takes down Damian Suarez. That's what stopped the counterattack. Some have attributed the lack of goals in La Liga so far by Cristiano to the absence of Karim Benzema.
And you know what? That's not going to show up.
Example.
It's not going to show up on the statistics. This play from Benzema, Andres.
Switch of play. Alvaro Jimenez still shaken up. He's trying to do what he can to stay in this game against his former club. It's not looking good for the 22-year-old.
He just can't seem to shake it. He's been able to give it a go. How many more times is he going to bend over, reeling in pain? Doesn't seem like Bordalas is too intent on making the substitution just yet. Be confident that the ex-Real Madrid man can shake it off.
Meanwhile, Bordalas having a chat with his defense, both of the center backs, Genet and Juan Cala, over to listen to the instructions from the coach. They have been a tough out for everyone, and especially the big clubs. 6 of their 7 matches, Getafe decided by a goal or less, and the exception was their 4-0 win over Villarreal at this stadium. Crowd giving a hand to Alvaro, who was forced out of the match in the 13th minute.
In tears as well. I think it was the moment, getting the chance to play against Real Madrid. Couldn't have started any worse for him.
And the man coming on to replace him is Francisco Portillo, who's making his 5th appearance this La Liga season. The former Betis man coming mostly off the bench. He'll get significantly more minutes today. Here's Toni Kroos. Llorente. Acceleration for Marcos Llorente, but he's not able to find Karim Benzema. Well done by Akraf to win it back for Madrid. Here's Lucas Vazquez. Kroos. Marcelo, good cross through the ball. Kroos, who switch flanks. Akraf Hakimi. Slots it in for Lucas Vazquez, who was onside. Akraf, low cross driven into the area. Juan Cala clears it out. Madrid using the full width of the pitch as they find Marcelo near side. Benzema. Blocked by Karim Benzema. And Suarez trying to get it out. But there's the substitution. Jimenez is out. Francisco Portillo in. Here is Portillo. As the ball does cross the line, it's a throw for Real Madrid. Dealing with a few injuries, Jose Bordalas is Alvaro Jimenez now joining that list. And no Danny Pacheco or Nico Gorosito. Jefferson Montero, who's on loan from Swansea, has only played a quarter of an hour so far due to injuries. While the Japanese international Gaku Shibasaki also absent today.
And if you haven't seen Gaku's goal against Barcelona, go take another look at it. One of the finest hits of the season. It's a big loss for Getafe.
Good switch from Kroos, who's found Lucas Vazquez. Streaking into the area is Lucas.
And with Ronaldo playing so centrally, Real Madrid just happy to get the ball out wide and try to provide that steady stream of crosses for Cristiano. Nice work here from Lucas, found the angle, then that recovery speed as well from Amat, helping out his fullback.
Quarter of an hour in at the Coliseum Alfonso Perez. Outswinger to the edge of the area. Ramos rising to meet it. Goal kick for Guaita. Prior to the international break, Real Madrid coming away with a 2-0 win over Espanyol. Both goals by Isco, who's on the bench today, giving Madrid their first league home win of the campaign, making it back-to-back La Liga wins for the first time this season. Now looking for 3 in a row, which would be a new La Liga record for consecutive away wins with 13.
And this is where Real Madrid's depth on just really comes into play. Modric, Isco bench, Casemiro, Varane rested.
Flag is up against Amat.
Of course, all those injuries, Carvajal, Bale, Keylor Navas. A lot of those players away to international duty. Keylor Navas will be happy to know that his Costa Rica side is going to go to Russia 2018. So is Cristiano's Portugal.
Maybe considered a risky move by Zinedine Zidane with not just the injury absentees, but the rotations as well ahead of the Champions League clash with Spurs on Tuesday. But it's exactly the way he's done things throughout his Real Madrid tenure. And so far, so good.
Maybe been the only coach to convince Ronaldo to take some time off. Remember last season, he wasn't even calling Ronaldo up to those away games.
Asensio, ball forward for Lucas Vazquez, who has to adjust away by Antunes. In toward the penalty spot. There's big Juan Cala to deal with it at the near post. Calls for Toni Kroos. Excellent ball to find Cristiano. It's cleared out by Vergara.
Put in a few lovely balls, Toni Kroos, when he's been in possession. All those diagonal switches. Everything will go through him. Without Casemiro in the lineup, it's up to Kroos to get the ball in front of the defense and really provide that creativity.
Here's Ramos. Asensio. Passed him up and sends wide for Lucas Vazquez. The ball driven in, deflected and wiped out to meet it. Dangerous ball. Right at the heart of the area. Trying to catch him out on the break quickly. Well defended by Real Madrid. It's a throw for Getafe.
Yeah, and that's probably one of the matchups that I'm sure Getafe really pointed at Amad against Akraf, especially with how Akraf has been going forward at every opportunity.
Here's Fair. Deflected by Marcelo. There's Molina, who's salivating at the opening goal. With the crossbar.
That's how you feed the big man. He's so good in the air. And had the position just in front of Nacho. Takes a slight deflection of that ball, and that deflection's maybe what prevents Molina from really getting the full header behind it. Was leading back just a tad. Was a partner of Castro all those years at Real Betis. Little man, big man combo in the attack.
Marcelo. Asensio popping up in all sorts of places. 20 minutes in. Gathered up by Nacho. Akraf against Antunes. Akraf Hakimi creating the space for the cross near post. Again, it's Kala to deny Cristiano.
And though you have to love the personality. I think most 18-year-olds really whimper under the pressure of playing with the best players in the world. But again, every time Akraf is on the ball, he's trying to take on the defender. He's positive. He doesn't look nervous in possession. He's not trying to get rid of it. It looks like he wants to be on the ball and wants to really get forward.
Corner kick for Madrid. Gala there at the near post to defend. Here's Marcelo. Marcelo measuring up. And the ball never bending toward goal. Been quite the rise for the 18-year-old Akraf Hakimi. He was only promoted to the Castilla team last summer. One season with Castilla, and this summer promoted to Real Madrid's first team as a backup to Dani Carvajal.
Got a full season with Castilla, played 28 games last season for them, obviously at a much lower level.
Here's Nacho. Haven't seen much of Kiko Casilla yet. It's good news for Real Madrid. Akraf. Lucas Vazquez. Full of energy is Vazquez as he gets it forward for Karim Benzema. Important stop by Janet with some help. It's not just that they're going for a 13th consecutive La Liga away win. They've been the best away side in the 2017 calendar year. Real Madrid won 13 out of 15 La Liga games away from the Santiago Bernabeu, including the last 12 in a row. 12, of course, the record they share with Barcelona. Barca set you in the Pep Guardiola years. All is kept in, but for Vicente White to collect. It's not quite this season's shirt. Went out there in a full kit.
Always so gracious, isn't he, Ronaldo, with those pitch invaders?
Well, he's got the mannerisms down. Posture in the walk of Cristiano Ronaldo. One in the air by Ramos. Sent toward the area for Amat. Marked closely by Marcelo. Amat in a battle with the Brazilian. And take a look at Marcelo. Absolutely brilliant as he draws the foul on Amat. Free kick for Real Madrid. Sent off against Levante earlier this season. Missed the last 3 games due to injuries, Marcelo. Often their best playmaker, even with the likes of Isco, Asensio, and company.
Look at the positioning of Marcos Llorente. He's dropping back as that third center back, essentially. Kroos playing a lot more further in front. And that's why the fullbacks have been able to get forward so freely, both Marcelo and Akraf. Here they have that added cover with Llorente, who's not going to venture forward much.
Vergara sends it forward, but Molina caught offside. No nonsense, direct approach from Getafe. Molina needs to be perfect in his timing. Here's the aforementioned Llorente. Nacho. Akraf. Lucas Vazquez always coming back to help out the youngster. And it's Lucas who has drawn the foul. Kept himself up in the rotation all of last season, Lucas Vazquez, due to his hard work. Here's Marcelo. Gets chopped down by Amat. He appealed to Martinez Munuera. A free kick coming up for Real Madrid. Marcelo wants a little more than just a free kick. That's one way to make up the points deficit. Play with 2 Cristiano Ronaldos. Deflects off of Vergara. Kroos under pressure from Amat. Kroos fouled.
Wasn't the simplest ball delivered into Kroos. Had plenty of pressure around him.
Sergio Ramos. Through ball is threaded in for Karim Benzema. Has Marcelo in support. Marcelo with Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano is swarmed by Damian Suarez and Amat. Deflected ball. It's fallen kindly for Molina on the near side. It's Molina against the world. Waits for help to arrive. It's Portillo. Game plan is clear from Getafe, is it not? Counter-attack. Absorb and counter.
And just use Molina as that central figure, playing with his back to goal most of the time and really inviting those diagonal runs into the box when they do get a few bodies forward.
Suarez. Portillo. Fancy feet from the former Betis man. Slotted in for Amat. As Portillo continues his run forward. Amat's got it all kinds of wrong.
Well, some new faces on this Getafe side. He's one of them. Just miscommunication with Damian. Thought he'd continue that overlapping run. Instead, the Uruguayan put on the brakes. Not a bad start for Getafe when they are in possession. They're not just sitting back. They are actually committing a few more bodies forward.
Here's a look at Getafe's midfield today. 5 midfielders lined up behind Jorge Molina. So I could not squeeze that one through Marcelo. Toni Kroos has given it away. An uncharacteristically poor pass from the German. Here's Vergara. Portillo. Antunes. Markel Vergara. Scooped forward, looking for the run of the fullback Antunes. Now it's Real Madrid on the break. Asensio. Nicely weighted pass for Toni Kroos, who was just pulled back. Free kick from Real Madrid.
Every single time Real Madrid get the ball in their own half, they're giving it to Kroos and allowing him really to dictate play.
Been a really cagey match so far. Not a lot of space for Real Madrid in the final third.
Also transition as well, the defense of Getafe. Look at those 2 lines right there of a 4 and a 5 basically in front of Guaita, with just Molina up top.
Llorente. It's in a good ball for Lucas Vazquez, who's working against Antunes. Vasquez needs an opening to cross. Tried to go through the legs of the Portuguese fullback. Corner kick for Madrid. This will be their 5th corner. Driven in toward the spot, Cristiano rising. It's Lucas Vasquez who gets the shot off, deflected off of Fair. Asensio. Scooped into the area for Lucas Vasquez. The square ball in for Ronaldo, and it's gathered up by Guaita.
It's more like it from Asensio, getting the ball outside the box. Lovely pass into Lucas Vasquez, who's just able to go really unspotted by that Getafe defense, is sleeping. Antunes has to do better there in recognizing that run. Completely fell asleep, and it could have been so much more dangerous from Real Madrid. Very positive, though, from Asensio in picking out that run.
There's Benzema trying the heel flick. Both he and Cristiano Ronaldo looking for their first goal this season, and now just past the 28th minute, this marks officially Cristiano's worst goal-scoring start to a league campaign.
And he's had 22 attempts at goal. Although I tend to agree with Jose Bordalas, the Getafe manager. He's never really out of form. It's only a matter of time.
Now we've said that, Cristiano in for a hat-trick today.
It's his 402nd game, by the way, for Cristiano Ronaldo. Puts him now in the top 20 of all-time appearance leaders for Real Madrid.
Just over the head of Janet as Kala cleans up to deny Benzema.
I know when I told you that before the game, you weren't that enthused.
I would have expected it to be more than in the top 20.
I thought so too. I thought maybe top 10. It just gives you an idea of all the great players that have stuck around at Real Madrid. Hard man to please you are, Andres.
Toni Kroos. It's the League of Stars, Mateo. We expect only the best. Lucas Vasquez. Just tangled up. But it's given as a foul against Vitorino Antunes.
A poor challenge. Gets all of the outside of Lucas Vasquez's ankle, none of the ball. Of course, the 3 targets were the ones that you see clustered all together. Ramos, Cristiano, Benzema. Obvious aerial targets for Toni Kroos.
Delivered back post. Ramos takes a tumble. Plenty of contact with Juan Kala. Nothing given.
Seemed a case of both players holding on to each other, falling down together. That's what the referee's seen. It seemed like both Ramos and Kala had a big piece of each other's jerseys. Take another look on your screen there. It's Ramos there holding on to the shoulder of Kala, basically trying to drag him down with him. Although Kala's got a big chunk of Ramos's jersey, but since both players were tussling and turning, referee couldn't clearly give it as a penalty.
Half-hour played at the Coliseum. At the top of that back line for Amat. It was Nacho to put out the fire. Now Marcelo looking to light one of his own. Long ball forward for Cristiano Ronaldo, just short. And Kala rolls it back for Guaita. Vasquez. Excellent hesitation step. Now finds Cristiano Ronaldo, edge of the area. Ronaldo! Straight to the arms of Guaita.
It'd be a tricky one for Guaita to deal with. Had it bounce just in front of him. This shot from Cristiano was dipping so violently, really struck it with plenty of pace.
Nicely done by Marcos Llorente, but it's been turned over now to Amat. Sergio Ramos just getting a boot in the way. Marcelo. Good pressure again from the Azulones. It's Amat. Bends it into the edge of the 6. Molina the intended target, but Nacho was there.
Sloppy again, though. It was Nacho originally who gave the ball away in his own half to Amat, and this Getafe pressure causing all sorts of problems and overcomplicating life there. Marcelo trying to go with the coffeehouse tricks in that position, and it nearly cost him. It's a lovely ball in from Amat, and forcing Nacho, who had good position over Molina, to make a play on that ball.
First corner kick of the match for Getafe. Kiko Casilla not yet forced into action. Outswinger toward the penalty spot. Collected on the other side by Antunes. Genet, rare foray into the attack following the corner. Molina the intended target at the near post, and Casilla wants to get things restarted quickly. It's Asensio down the middle, tripped up, and that will produce the game's first yellow card. It's Mauro Arambarri.
That's a tactical foul in the end. Knew the options that Asensio had in front of him, and he didn't want to see that ball go over the halfway line. It's a yellow that he was willing to take. Just clatters into Asensio. I remember a few weeks ago when Real Madrid played Alaves, they really did struggle there as well. That was after the loss at home to Real Betis. Another game where Real Madrid created so many chances, but just unable to beat Adan. Maybe a bit unfortunate in that one.
It's former Real Madrid goalkeeper Antonio Adan. Marcelo, chip toward Asensio, nodded for Cristiano Ronaldo. Asensio back toward Ronaldo into space. Here's Cristiano on his right. Trying to find Karim Benzema. No foul, says Martinez Munuera, as Cristiano hits the deck. Asensio. Can sense the intensity rising from Real Madrid. Now they slow things down through Sergio Ramos. Lucas Vasquez. A more central position this time for Lucas. Another foul whistled against Getafe. Free kick for Real Madrid. Asensio scooped forward for Karim Benzema. Scrambling back. Getafe able to clear the danger. Asensio. Nacho. Llorente. It's Marcos Asensio. All right idea. Damian Suarez, though, picked it out. Attack short circuits for the Azulones as Ramos wins it back. Marcos Llorente. Line splitting pass to find Lucas Vasquez. Cala commits to foul. It's a late whistle from Martinez Munuera. A free kick nonetheless.
Been plenty involved, Lucas Vasquez, so far in the first half, and again, a nice, simple, tidy ball from Marcos Llorente. He's not a player that's going to try to overcomplicate his life and try some sort of flamboyant trickery. He just keeps things simple, keeps things ticking, more importantly, in the center of the park.
That's a brilliant ball to find Benzema on his left. It's blasted over the crossbar. And they do get a corner kick out of it.
It's a sensational back heel again. Ronaldo and Benzema combining in close quarters. That's why you want them so close together, as they have been for a majority of this game. Benzema on his off foot, though, just not able to keep it down. Would have much rather had that on his right.
Real Madrid out shooting Getafe 8 shots to 2. Getafe still without a shot on target, but same goes for Real Madrid. Actually, there was the one straight to the gloves of Guaita from Cristiano. Swung in back post. Damian Suarez gets it away. Marcelo was blocked by Benzema in the end. That ball might have been sneaking in. Sighting of Kiko Casilla. Marcelo. Asensio. Taking the scenic route, trying to get around Damian Suarez. A bit of help from Amat. And a throw for Madrid. Against Levante, it was Asensio in more of an Isco type role in the middle, pulling the strings. Today he's has to provide the width on this left-hand side opposite Lucas Vazquez. Nacho. Homegrown defender for Real Madrid who can play all four positions along the back. Marcelo, the through ball in this space intended for Benzema. Moves from Genet.
Bit of a forced pass, that one. Benzema was always well marked.
How's that for a pass from Marcelo to Benzema? Cristiano in for Lucas Vazquez. It's Vazquez! Blocked by Cala. Collected by Llorente. Real Madrid monopolizing possession. Marcelo into the area. Marcelo on his right. And Genet doing just enough to deny the Brazilian. Stepping forward, Nacho. Foul whistled against Nacho. In disparity of the fouls, it is Getafe who have been the more aggressive of the two, trying to stop Real Madrid's more fluid attacking play. That's a really poor ball from a free kick given away to Benzema. Ronaldo. And Benzema turning on the afterburners to get there. He's past Cala into the area. Benzema! It's Real Madrid in front. First of the season for Karim Benzema.
Oh, Getafe shooting themselves in the foot, giving the ball away after a free kick far too cheaply. And just like that, Real Madrid can strike. Benzema, great positioning as he gets this ball. It's not the best deflection, that one. I think it was Portillo, just played it inadvertently into stride for Benzema. As Ronaldo was trying to squeeze the ball through two Getafe defenders. Was a Getafe player that got the touch, but unfortunately it turned out to be a perfect through ball for Benzema. And this is a pretty tight angle as well to try to pick out that far bottom corner. Doesn't want to go near post. Guaita's got it covered, and it's angled beautifully from the Frenchman. Big weight off his shoulder gone.
Fourth La Liga appearance this season, his first goal for Karim Benzema. And a lovely finish as well to beat Vicente Guaita. Real Madrid had their struggles in this first half, but they lead thanks to the Frenchman.
Seen both the sides sloppy in their own half, but of course, Real Madrid, they will be more ruthlessly efficient in front of goal.
Meanwhile, here's Damian Suarez for Getafe. Llorente trying to pick his pocket. It's Suarez into the area. No foul, says Martinez Munuera.
Seemed like Suarez was just trying to run through Llorente, not a case of Llorente getting himself in the way as a roadblock.
And it's Llorente now who is down just outside of the 18. Is it that left knee that he's favoring?
Might be the calf, it looks like, that took the brunt of the contact from behind.
Contact appeared to be outside of the area. No, it's inside. Is Damian Suarez falling over that ankle.
It's the way he fell right onto the back of his leg. Look right here. Full weight of Suarez. And instantly holds on to that.
Interestingly, though, he grabs his left. It's Damian Suarez falls on Llorente's right leg.
There's a big cut as well in his
the left
calf.
where he looks to be in some discomfort. Nacho just pulling up. So watch, he falls on the right. Now the right comes up against the left.
And then the stud, though, that's what just cuts the back of his leg. If you look closely before, there seemed to be a big chunk of his calf that was cut open by the stud. Fortunately, nothing serious for Llorente, who's had a pretty tidy game so far.
Llorente looks to be all right. Back to 11 against 11. Bordalas said they would have to play a perfect game to get a result against Real Madrid. One mistake in the opening 45 and they've conceded the lead. Stick around, the Volkswagen halftime show coming up. We'll show you the best of the opening 45 and give you a heads up on what to look forward to. A really exciting weekend of European football on beIN Sports. International break felt a turn, did it not? Welcome back to domestic European football. Antunes leaves it for Suarez. Again, it's Antunes delivered into the area. And foul whistled against Getafe. Mats has been doing plenty of running, but hasn't seen a whole lot of the ball. Ashraf. Ramos. Kroos.
Haven't seen this too much of Asensio dropping deep to get the ball right alongside Kroos.
Sloppy pass from Karim Benzema, but a kind bounce for Asensio. It's Toni Kroos out in front. Forced to hit the brakes. Llorente.
That's more like it. Without Casemiro and Modric, you do expect Asensio to come back and just help out Kroos in the playmaking.
Also off the ball, Lucas Vazquez. He's drawn the foul. It's the final minute of the opening 45. Madrid leading since the 40th minute.
He's frustrated, Lucas, because of the repetition of the fouls. It's been very much the way for Getafe to defend. Very aggressive. Trying to create this into more of a brawl. Constant stop-start.
Portillo. Not a bad turn, but
good defending.
Llorente was right there to deal with it. Antunes.
Absolutely no problem there for Llorente. See why he's much more of a defensive-minded midfielder.
Lucas Vazquez has won it back through sheer will. Forward for Cristiano Ronaldo. It's 2 against 1. And Genet doing a brilliant job to get there.
Talked about him before the match, Andres Genet. A lot of people excited about him. How quickly he went there to cut across and just rob Ronaldo of that ball. It was a 2-on-1. Ronaldo and Benzema against one defender.
Asensio. No look pass intended for Benzema. Suarez, a long ball forward for Molina. It will be slim pickings today for Jorge Molina. Here's another look at the goal by Karim Benzema.
Really helped out by Getafe's defense. Inadvertent through ball to him. And then this touch right here to just go by the defender with ease. Defender committing himself to that sliding challenge. Has to get a touch. Wankala completely whiffs on it, but it was because of that quick touch by Benzema. The awareness to see the defender lunging out at him and just that cheeky little touch to get through in space.
It's 182 Real Madrid goals now for Karim Benzema as he catches Hendo for the 7th all-time in Real Madrid goal scorers. 2 minutes added on. Suarez, Molina. Portillo won't get there. Nacho clears the danger. It's a throw for Getafe. Suarez. Matt tried to go through the legs of Marcelo. Portillo. Marcelo. Another throw for Getafe. Final few seconds of this opening half. Suarez, a long throw into the area. Asensio. There won't be time for a counterattack. That's it for the opening half. It's Getafe 0, Real Madrid 1. Karim Benzema in the 40th minute.
Yeah, a bit of a sloppy match at times, but of